All right. So I think we're rolling. We're good. We're going. It's cold as fuck out here. Thanks for the car. Shit. My equipment already be going through it enough as it is. Like, I don't be having time for all the like loud background noises to accompany me. Like I didn't ask for that. Thank you. Um, but yeah, I've been reading this. Well, I just started this book called Tuesdays with Maury by Mitch Album. Pray that I, said his last name right. Album, I think is how you pronounce it. And I've been reading a lot of books lately, like last year, 2024, because it's now 2025. I started doing a lot more reading than I hadn't been doing in more recent years. And I just kind of peeped how it's helped me in a lot of ways. But the reason I even bring up this specific book that I just started is because this had me so emotional, and I'm not even like two chapters in. Like I'm barely into the first chapter, or at least what I consider the first chapter. You know, if you've ever read the book or if you know of it, then you get what I mean, or like you may not know. And some books have it structured differently. So like again, what I consider the first chapter, some people are probably like, that's not, it's different. And so I'm barely even into what I consider the first chapter, and I'm already just super emotional. And I've been emotional to like other books like Invisible Life or Signs. And I can't remember the names of those authors, so please don't ask me. If you really want to know the authors, I can, put it in the description or like the comments or something. But I can't think off top. And I'm just wondering like what the fuck is it about these books that has me so emotional, because like with this one, and I'm not gonna like give too much away. And I mean I haven't read much of it yet, but just from what I have read, like you can kind of figure out or like decipher where it's headed and things like that. So I just think it's interesting that a lot of these books I have been reading like this one are hitting points of my personal life and journey. At least like it's hitting points that I've experienced in a similar way, if that makes sense. And so I think as I'm able to reflect on similar parts, if you will, it's just hitting that chord perfectly to where it's like making me cry. And that's what I'm saying. Like I've been emotional from not only these recent books, but from recent events and just different life turns that have been happening and had, whatever impact or effect on me, that have just caused my emotions to not only spiral but to react in that instant. And I don't feel bad about that. I just think I'm taking note of it and trying to figure out like where all the emotional shit is leading me and like what type of turn it's made in my life for whatever reason, um and why. Not to understand and figure out every part of it, but just to kind of understand where I'm at. And I say all that to say every day is just a learning lesson. Everything has been learning lessons, and I'm just learning more and more and learning how to keep up with what I'm learning, and how to process, reflect on things. I think a lot of these videos, like in rants that I've been doing as of recently too, have helped me reflect, face things, acknowledge things. And I mean, I've just had conversations with a lot of people that have helped me realize as well and reflect. And just going over all of these things and saying it back like out loud and stuff has helped me realize how all of it's intertwined. So I don't mean to be going in circles, but I definitely think this book and just again reading in general it helped me progress forward in ways that if I hadn't been doing reading, if I were reading more, and if I hadn't been, I guess like reflecting and just going back over things I have been, I probably wouldn't be where I am right now and with the understanding that I have. I'm very grateful to say the least for it because having any outlet to me is important. Um, and when you have like people, I've mentioned this in like another video, when you have people that you can confide in and truly rely on and open up to, I think it just makes everything easier. Um, yeah, I appreciate the book. I appreciate the person that put me onto this book because, again, I feel like all of it's pushing me forward in ways that I am still processing. Like again, as I'm speaking and like thinking about things, like it's really progressing me forward in a way that I don't think I could have predicted or could have planned for. And I think we all have like different plans set and different goals that we want to achieve and reach or whatever. And life just has a funny way of showing us different but for the better, if that makes sense. And just again, sitting here thinking about stuff has me so mind blown as to how we can have everything so thought out and things will take a turn and show us different. But you'll realize again it's for the better, for sure. Um, this is my first rant of 2025. Well, the first recording that I'm doing. Because sometimes I do record videos and like I'll watch it back and it'll be like a scrap or like just something that I never end up posting or I'll just delete or whatever. And we're just gonna see where I take things and where things go because I have a lot to unpack. I have a lot that I'm still working on and still recording and still watching back. Like there are still videos that I think I'll be posting that were from last year but will seem new because it's all just content I've been building up and just kind of trying to maneuver as to like what's next and see how I feel about things. So just bear with me because Lord only knows where I'm really headed. I think I like to think I know where I'm headed, but I don't. And I think it's just beauty in knowing that too. Like not really knowing where I'm headed, but at least knowing that I'm making progress and having some momentum with this shit. Cause it's been strenuous to say the least, but I'm still here. So clearly there's a reason for that. And we're gonna figure that out soon, naturally, not trying to rush anything or overanalyze. But yeah, thanks for tuning in and we'll see if this goes up. I love y'all. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Of course, if you weren't subscribed, what the fuck are you even doing on my video? Yeah, I love y'all and see you in the next one. Remember, you're the best. Don't let anyone make you think this.